bump, set, spike. It's that simple, right? Prepare to be proved wrong as the nets have been hung and tightened. The balls have been inflated, and the hard work and preparation for Caribou County's 2016 version of high school volleyball is finally here. For the Cardinals, Grizzlies, and Cowgirls, the season last year was disappointing, with no team able to achieve the goal of a run to the state championship. But this season, each team has grown and will be looking to make the extra climb to reach the top, and KBRV 800 The Bear is going to be there every step of the way. Local volleyball is being brought to you on The Bear by
Monsanto, Hunsaker Ford, Silver Star Communications, and by MyLocalRadio.com.
Now, buckle your seatbelts and prepare to join one of the fastest sports in Idaho at the high school level, as Soda Springs, Grace, and North Gem take to the court under the watchful eye of your voice for Caribou County, Caleb Burgraff. It's time for volleyball on your home for all things Caribou County, KBRV 800 The Bear, and online with live video streaming at MyLocalRadio.com.
And welcome out, ladies and gentlemen, to the home of the District 5 Championships as the Soda Springs Cardinals begin their quest right now to try and make their way into the state championships, as it started out on Saturday, and today it continues. They have a chance to take down the Westside Pirates for the second time this season in a match that truly does matter and get themselves into that state championship match. We have more coming up on the pregame show to talk about, but it's all on the line here this afternoon in MALAD at the District 5 Championships as KBRV 800 The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com bring you district volleyball on your home for all things Caribou County athletics.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Arctic Circle of Soda Springs, where you can get burgers made from premium Black Angus beef, as well as fries and onion rings with their delicious fry sauce. Be sure to top it all off with a soft serve cone piled high and dipped with their delicious chocolate topping.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of October 20th through the 26th. Drop into Lalaton's and grab yourself a Boston roast at $1.69 a pound. 93% lean, 7% fat ground beef is just $2.99 a pound. Stouffer's frozen lasagnas are just $9.99 each. Western Family 32-ounce packages of pasta are just $1.69, and Ragu 16 to 24-ounce jars of pasta sauce are 99 cents. And if you have a sweet tooth, or if you're just looking to take care of the kids on Halloween, candy is on sale throughout the store. Those are some of your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
Welcome back out to the home of the District 5 Championships at MALAD High School in MALAD, Idaho. Southeastern Idaho's best volleyball teams are meeting here for a chance to go on to a play-in game and the state championships as well. We are just about 16 and a half minutes away from the opening serve of this matchup, and before too long we will get into a talk with Coach Jerry O'Brien and assistant coach Tanya Yamauchi. But first, we take a chance to look at some of the standout students at Soda Springs High School, and this time we're going to take a look at a junior transfer into Soda Springs as he was homeschooled the last few years. Trey Smith has joined the Cardinal family, and he joins us now on KVRV 800 The Bear and online at MyLocalRadio.com.
Caleb Burgraff joined here with Trey Smith, who is one of the newest students over at Soda Springs High School. And Trey, the first thing when it comes to going to a high school after being homeschooled, what's it been like for you in that transition?
Just kind of, I guess, getting to know everybody and where I rodeo. I get a lot of social activity with people, but just kind of getting in with the new people here.
Talk a little bit about what you've seen at Soda Springs High School so far in your classes. What are some of the classes you're in, and what are some of the ones you've really enjoyed so far?
I mean, ones I really like are math and Annette and Phys, and just because like the teachers really, explain it to you and let you get involved with other students and like be in groups to work.
Those are also two of the more challenging side of classes in the school. Do you like classes that push you a little bit more, that make you have to think a little bit in class?
Yeah, I also like that it's just getting me ready for college and the harder classes that I'm going to have to take to do what I want to do.
Teachers are always something that make a big difference when it comes to being in a new school as well. Who are some of the teachers that have already started to kind of catch your eye and you've really enjoyed being in their classrooms?
I really like my math teacher, Mr. Uskowski, Jeff Horsley. Even though they don't know me, they kind of mess with me and tease me and stuff. And I'm fine with it, but it just helps me get in with other people.
Makes you feel a little bit more accepted the instant you step in. And talking about that, when you think about being accepted and we think about getting along with teachers, what makes a good teacher to you? What do you look for in a teacher? What makes a good environment?
Just one that like really wants you involved and really like make sure that you're actually getting it, and if you're struggling, they help you.
Let's look a little bit outside of the academic side of school. And what are some of the things you like to do for fun? We talked about rodeo a little bit. What got you into that, and is there anything else that you do?
What I do outside of school is rodeo, and then I'm going to play basketball here in a little while. I got into rodeo with actually my grandpa. All summer, I travel around the world. I've been all over. I have to practice a lot, and that's about all I really do. I hunt a little bit, but rodeo is about what I mainly do.
What's some of the coolest things you've gotten to do with rodeo, or what are some of the biggest doors that rodeo's been able to open for you so far?
My 8th grade year, I won the nation in calf roping. I got the chance to go to Des Moines, Iowa, and rope for a national title. And then I've gone to the 2 high school national finals in Gillette, Wyoming, and in Rock Springs, Wyoming. And just kind of, I've got involved with a lot of big pro guys and gotten sponsors and stuff. And that's hopefully what I'm going to do for a living when I get older.
That was going to be the next question is that going to be something that's in your future? And let's talk about future plans for a moment. You said college is also something that's on your agenda. Do you hope that roping and rodeo is something that gets you into college? And have there been any places that have looked at you or that you've looked at?
That is what I want to do. I want to go college rodeo and then hopefully go pro and be able to make a living out of it. And if not, I'm going to hopefully fall back on medical school. I've been looking in Texas, and I've had a couple Texas coaches actually come to me and ask if I would be willing to come rodeo with them and for them. And then just some local ones like UVU and UVI and ISU all have wanted me to come. I'm really wanting to go to Texas just because it's warmer year-round.
Well, that sounds like a definite good plan, and we're going to wish you the best of luck on that. Thank you so much for talking. We'll be looking forward to watching you on the basketball court, and hopefully we'll get to watch you a little bit out in the rodeo as well.
Thank you.
Big thanks to Trey Smith for joining us on the pregame show. We are going to come back after this, and then we'll jump into our coaches show. Coach Jerry O'Brien of the Westside Pirates will join us next. Also, Coach Tanya Yamauchi from the Soda Springs Cardinals will be on the air as well. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
This broadcast of high school sports is being made possible by the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming.
In the aftermath of a disaster, victims want to get their lives back in order as soon as possible. But if your home has been damaged, the last thing you want is someone taking advantage of you. Contractors who show up right after a storm may be fraudsters, out to make a quick buck off of your insurance claim. They'll promise anything as long as they can get you to sign a contract and hand over a payment. Know who you're dealing with, and remember, if you didn't request it, reject it. To report fraud, call us at 1-800-TEL-NICB, a public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Check out my new time machine.
Does it work?
Hit the button.
Hey, it's Napoleon.
Oui. Check out the future.
Hey, you have a nice house. Why don't I?
You didn't save any money, buddy.
If only there was a way I could go back in time and fix that.
Yeah.
Save something for the future. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1,000,000. For free ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Caleb Burgraff joined here with Coach Jerry O'Brien from the West Side Pirates. And Coach, the match of the year is here for these two teams. Everything else that's been leading up to this point was preparation, but now it's a win or go home, one and done type of situation for these two teams. The winner gets to go at least into a play-in match, the loser is out. What does this type of an environment bring to you as a coach and to your players when you see them?
I think it just lets you know, like, what the players really have inside of them. You know, it's what we've been working for all season. Are they going to dig deep and come out ready to play, or are they going to play nervous or scared? And that's kind of what we've really been working on, is mentally being prepared to start this game and start out strong.
You have some good senior talent on that team, but also a lot of youth out there. How much are you going to be looking at seniors like Lindsay Pulsifer to be leading this team out there on the court when it comes to that mentality and that edge?
My seniors are huge. I have a couple that start, and I really rely on them a lot to get the team going and to make sure that we're starting out strong and just to be really good leaders out on the court, even when things maybe aren't going well. That's what I need, is good leadership out there, so that's what I'm counting on.
You guys were able to come away with the big win against Soda the first time that you played them in order to get yourselves into this spot. What does the momentum you get from that, especially with the way you closed it out in that big fourth set, winning 25-12, what does that do for you moving forward?
It's huge. It just gives us a little bit of a confidence booster coming in, not too overconfident, but just enough to know what we need to do, and part of that is playing really good defense. Soda has a really, really scrappy defense. Like, you've got to finish the job. You can't just keep giving it to them time and time again. They'll just wait for you to make mistakes. So we just got to be ready.
When you look at these two teams and talk about being ready, there's also a really familiarity that comes with these two teams. You've played each other 4 times. I think that's the most that any team in this district has played anyone else throughout this season. What does familiarity bring? Is that a curse, or is that something that you like to see when you play a team this many times?
I guess it can be both. I think sometimes maybe you get comfortable, think you know what they're going to do, so you have to make sure that maybe you switch things up a little bit and that you're ready for them to do the same thing. Try some different things, some different offense and that. But it's a little comfortable feeling. You just don't want to get too comfortable and think, even though, you know, maybe if you've won the majority of the matches, that you're going to walk in here thinking you've won, because we have such a tough district.
This district is extremely tough, and one of the things that's helped you out in this district so far has been the back line. As you have some people on the bench that you can throw out there for defensive specialists, you also have a very good libero. What does that back line do for you, and what do you teach them? How do you teach them their defensive strategies?
We work a lot on defense. We work a lot on, being on the balls of your feet, a pre-hop when they're going to hit the ball. Just a lot of the basic stuff, just good arm position, good technique, and I think that helps us a lot. We've also learned to communicate a lot and play good help ball.
That's always huge, Coach, and it's all going to come to play tonight. Soda Springs, West Side, the 5th time, and this one for all the marbles. I appreciate the time, Coach, and good luck to you and your Pirates.
Thank you.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Crop Production Services of Bancroft. Call 208-648-7891 to learn how to get the best production out of your crops.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno-flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone. Food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Kayla Burgraff joined here with Coach Tanya Yamauchi from the Soda Springs volleyball team. And Coach, you guys had a successful first round of the district tournament. When you think about what the goal was going into there, realistically the best thing to do is just give yourselves a chance on the second day. Are you in a good position for what you think this team needs to do?
Our hope when we went to the district tournament on Saturday was that we would play out our seed, which we were the number 3 seed, and our goal was to be the number 3 seed, which is, as it turned out, where we ended up. The great thing for us is now we've got a couple of days to prepare for just West Side, and that's the only game we're looking at right now. We are not concerned about beating them. We've already beat them this year. And secondly, we had 3 close sets with them when we played them. We kind of crashed on the 4th set, but we're very confident we can beat West Side.
When you think about just that confidence, you guys at that tournament in those matches, I think we're playing some of the best volleyball you've played all season long. Do you think this team is peaking, or do you think there's still growth they can do, or do you think that they're a little bit less than what they were at some point at the time of the season?
I think it's been a roller coaster this season, but at the district tournament, that's definitely the best we've played all season. We've peaked several times, but I would say that is still the best we've played. We had some key players that came in and really put forth their best games, and not in just one match, in all 3 matches. And we haven't gone to tournaments all season, and we've never had players really put together 3 straight good matches. So we were happy with that.
That was another thing I was going to ask you, is the fact that the tournament play that you've had so far has been very good. But again, playing in those, you never really had a consistent full day. And now that you got that out of the way and just have that one match to prepare for, how do you let the girls know that they need to put all their energy or everything they have into that match, knowing that it is one and done?
I don't think we have to do anything to prepare them. We have 5 seniors that know they're done after that. They're very aware it's their last game. And even our younger kids are very aware. One of the players said to me the morning of the tournament, made the statement, "I've been waiting a whole year to play this tournament again." Because last year we were the first team out and really weren't expected to be the first team out. So we had a lot to prove this year at the tournament.
Looking at the team that you're playing, it's West Side once again. You've played them 4 times already. What do they do well that you need to stop? What are the things that you've seen so far from that team that you can't let them do?
We have to slow down their hitters. Their hitters are hitting very hard, hitting off our blocks, and we have some things we're going to switch around and see if we could be a little different from when we played them the last 3 times. I know I mentioned in my other interview about our bench, but we have got, honestly, the best 12 players in the district, all 12 of them. And actually, we're picking up one more because we've got 13 right now. But I just feel like we have the best depth, and we have or be able to use that depth against Westside on Wednesday.
Coach, I appreciate the time that you've taken to talk, and we'll wish you the best of luck as you continue to get yourselves ready here in practice, and hopefully the Lady Cardinals have one more fantastic game, or more than one fantastic game left in them.
Thank you. We appreciate KBRV.
Game face is on for the Soda Springs Cardinals as they are out on the court, as are the Westside Pirates, the 2 serving to each other. And a couple of game notes for this one. Westside is coming in on a 3-game winning streak against the Soda Springs Cardinals. They've played 4 times already this season. The Cardinals won the first. Westside has won the last 3, but there have been no sweeps either team in of this series this year. Last year, Westside won both of them in clean sweeps over the Soda Springs Cardinals. So already there has been a little bit more confidence for the Cardinals coming into this matchup, and we'll see if the Cardinals can hopefully ride that into a victory. The other big thing to watch for, another big game note for this one, What does Westside do with their outside hitters? Lindsay Pulsifer and Sierra Hedworth are very good, but they are continually hitting from the same side. They don't get switched around. Is that something that Jerry O'Brien plays around with a little bit in this match if they start having a little bit of lack of success against the Soda Springs blocking? And looking back into practice, the Soda Springs Cardinals were working on changing their blocking schemes when it came to what they were trying to do. They were trying to find another way to get themselves a little bit more aware of where those two outside hitters were and force the ball to a couple of the different players, and also working on everybody clinging to the ball, making sure every single person made that run to wherever the ball was going and not leaving anybody standing anywhere on the court. Hustle is going to be the name of the game for the Soda Springs Cardinals, and that is where we stand. We are going to take a break, come back, the opening serve on the way, and starting lineups brought to you by Mountain View Dental on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by State Farm Insurance of Montpelier, Idaho. State Farm is here to help life go right. Call Scott at 208-847-0141 for personal service.
When you're 15 and pregnant, all the stuff just goes through your mind. You're his mom. You're supposed to be the one taking care of him and raising him, but you can't do it without support. I wanted to give him a better life. When I found out I was pregnant, I don't know, just a light hit me in my heart, just saying adoption.
For more information, go to ichooseadoption.org.
I'm Miranda, and I chose adoption.
Okay, forest animals, kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow, have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. River, how's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man.
I love it. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. Okay. Squirrel.
The forest has been preparing just for you. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Oh, hi. Right now, I'm getting a remarkably heartfelt bear hug from Smokey Bear. Thanks, big guy. Now, if you could let me down. See, I made sure there were no low-hanging branches when I set up my campfire. And before we left, I drowned out my campfire, stirred it, drowned it out again, then made sure it was cold. Visit SmokeyBear.com to learn tips to prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
It is time for your starting lineups here at the home of the District 5 tournament in Malad, Idaho. Thank you for joining us here for today's broadcast as the Soda Springs Cardinals getting set to take on the Westside Pirates for the 5th time this year. And it's time for us to jump into starting lineups brought to you by Mountain View Dental, where they provide general and cosmetic dentistry for the whole family. Good luck to the Cardinals from Dr. Walker and his staff, starting with the Westside Pirates, who are going to be the number 2 seed and the home seed in this matchup. They are going to be led by number 1 Sierra Hedworth as an outside hitter. Number 3 is libero Grace Montez. Number 6 is the other outside hitter, Lindsay Pulsifer. Those two we talked about going to be the big offensive targets for the Westside Pirates. Number 14 is middle Sage Fredrickson. The setter is number 18 Allie Jensen. She had 42 assists in the last match between these two teams. Number 22 is the other middle, Mari Wade, and the right side hitter is Josie Mejia. You'll see her flip around as an extra setter for Allie Jensen. Jensen, Mejia, Pulsifer, and Hedworth will be on the court at all times. Montez will be out there for quite a bit. Fredrickson and Wade will be checking out as Chadley Hedworth will be the other one to come in. Lilia Ebenez will get slight periods of time out there on the court, but those are your 9 players for the Westside Pirates. On the other side, for the Soda Springs Cardinals, they're led by number 1, Katie Franson, the senior middle. Number 4 is a freshman libero in Cooper Evans. Reagan Yamauchi will be doing the setting as a sophomore. Number 12 is the right side hitter, Cedar Hopkins. Katie Sims is one of the outsides wearing the number 13. Her pair partner on the outside will be Haley Ledbetter, as she has really hit her stride at the end of the season after having a couple of scuffles through the middle of the year. And the other middle is Lexi Patterson, wearing the number 16. Your starting lineups again brought to you by Mountain View Dental, where they provide general and cosmetic dentistry for the whole family. Good luck to the Cardinals from Dr. Walker and his staff. The two sides meeting at center court. Soda Springs wearing the black uniforms with white numbers, the red libero jersey on Cooper Evans as the bench makes its way over to the left side of the court. The Cardinals will be serving from left to right with Westside opening with the serve from right to left. Westside wearing their maroon long sleeve uniforms, white numbers, Westside written across the back. That's the easiest way to differentiate the two, as it is dark uniforms for both of these teams. And the long sleeves will be for the Westside Pirates. The short sleeves will be for the Soda Springs Cardinals. First serve of this first set coming your way very soon, as that is brought to you by Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier, Idaho, the small town pharmacy that gives you world-class service. Give them a call at 208-847-1421. Line officials, two MALAD parents, and one of those MALAD parents is actually Cammie Tripp, the head coach of the MALAD Dragons. She will be on the left side of the court on the far side line. So good line judges you would expect. With having her on one side, you also have another judge I've seen before who does a very good job for these groups on the other side of the court, on the west side of the court here on our right, wearing a long sleeve shirt. The two officials ready. Lineups have been checked. And the start of your Sanders Furniture first set is coming your way as the ball is rolled over to Allie Jensen, and she will begin this match off, serving from right to left in the maroon uniforms. Bounces the ball 4 times, spins it, tosses it, and fires it across, clips the cords, dug back over to the Pirate side of the net, popped to the Cardinal side, tipped over by Franson and down. Katie Franson, good awareness to see everybody was pulled up for the Pirates, tips it long, and the Soda Springs Cardinals get themselves a 1-0 lead on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. It'll be a right-to-left serve coming from Reagan Yamauchi, and she steps forward and lines one over. Hard serve dug up by Pulsifer, set by Jensen to the near side as it'll be tipped by Mejia and down, just finding the hardwood, a soft shot, and Josie Mejia comes up with the first kill of the match for the Pirates, and we're all knotted up at 1 apiece. Expect a close match between these two sides as it'll be Grace Montez to serve it across. Yamauchi sets it back for Franson cross court on the corner. Katie Franson's 2 for 2, and Soda Springs has a 2-1 lead on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, and it moves the ball back to Alexa Bartolome to serve as she checks in for Katie Franson. It'll be a rotation of Caitlin Lewis, Alexa Bartolome, and Taylor Myers on the back row, subbing in for the middles. Bartolome steps up, fires one across, long serve off the back line, very close. Bartolome almost able to get that one to drop on the white line, but just a smidge off. 2-2 your score sits on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, and it goes back now to Sierra Hedworth to serve. The young server sends one across, and it's an ace for her as Lexi Patterson can't play it cleanly off of her hands, and Westside takes their first lead of the match at 3-2. Serve receive is going to be a big part of this match. Soda Springs, whenever they have good serve receive, sticks around in matches. Ball served up and across. Patterson to Reagan. She sets it middle for Hopkins, tips one short. They're going to call a lift on her, no, a double hit, on Cedar Hopkins, and a pair of errors hurting the Cardinals right now. 4-2, Westside up by a deuce. It'll be Hedworth to serve once again. Long serve back line, too strong. The Cardinals watch it sail past, and Soda Springs gets back within 1, 4-3. Neither team able to go on long runs yet. That's going to be one of the keys to watch here in this match. Sanders Furniture first set, 4-3, Cardinals down by 1. Hedworth to Jensen, into the middle. It'll be Wade, tipped at the net. They're going to say a net violation called on Lexi Patterson. It was going out of bounds anyways, but Patterson's net violation will give the Westside Pirates the ball back, up 5-3 as Josie Mejia moves to the back line to serve. Steps forward and lines one up and across. Played by Patterson. Yamauchi sets it far side. Sims comes up, blocked at the net. Patterson to Cooper Evans, and a free ball sent to the back line from Reagan Yamauchi. Towards the net, Jensen sets one up on the near side, hit through the block by Pulsifer. Cardinals there as it'll be Hopkins to Sims, tits one over the block of Jensen. Jensen a chance to set for Wade. She goes back line. Cooper Evans to Ledbetter, who sets up Sims, who hits one into the net. Katie Sims comes up a little bit short, and it's a 6-3 lead for the Pirates, down by 3, doubled up by Westside. Mejia to serve again. Second serve for her as Evans passes one up. Yamauchi sets it far side for Sims. Katie runs up, hits the ball, dug up by Hedworth. Pass into the middle. It'll be hit back row by Mejia, dug towards Hopkins, set to the middle, and Patterson now goes back line. That one outside the lines by Lexi. And the West Side Pirates, we talked about going on one of those early runs, has done so. 3 straight points, and the third serve by Mejia to come across just over the net. Evans digs it back to the Pirate side, powered down and off of the rafters as it crosses over. That's going to be a kill for Mari Wade, and West Side continues this early roll. 4 straight points on the serve from Mejia to make it 8-3. She runs up and sends one across. Dug by Patterson. Yamauchi passes it back to Patterson. She hits one softly to the back line. Hedworth to Jensen. Sets it near side. Pulsifer hits one off the line. No, on the line on the far side. Lindsay Pulsifer answers back at her first kill. Allie Jensen up to 2 assists. And West Side goes on a 5-point run. 9-3, and Mejia to serve once again. Josie steps up. Sends it across as Ledbetter passes it too far to the net, and reaching over the net and powering it down is Lindsay Pulsifer, as she did not give the setter a chance to get the ball. Hits it too early, and that's an error on Pulsifer, a net violation on her to end the run. Cardinals will take it, gives them a chance to put some points onto the board and climb back in. Down 9-4 here in your Sanders Furniture first set. Lewis to serve, skips up and sends one high and swirling to the back row. Jensen sets this one middle. Pulsifer, good run up, tipped at the net and into the middle of the backside of the Cardinals, as nobody able to jump up quickly enough, and Lindsay Pulsifer, after getting targeted with the net violation, comes up with her second kill to give Jensen her third assist. 10-6, West Side up by 6 on the Cardinals. Cardinals put 5 in the back row as Chadley Hedworth sends one across. Patterson, Tiamauchi sets it far side for Sims. She'll hit one off the block. Hedworth digs one towards the net. Jensen sets one back row for Fredrickson. Tipped across. Sims sets one up, and it'll be punched into the net by Patterson, who got lazy with one hand. You got to go up with a pair of hands if you're going to try and hit that ball, and the Cardinals are being punched in the mouth early and often. 11-4, and a Hedworth serve comes across and short. Great dig by Sims. Gets it to Yamauchi. Back row push shot played over by Ledbetter. Jensen to the near side. Gets it for Pulsifer. Sails one long off of the back line. Lindsay Pulsifer picks up her first hitting error, and Soda Springs remains down by 6 at 11-5. Sends Cooper Evans into the back row for Lexi Patterson to serve. Takes a deep breath and steps forward 2 strides to send one to the back line. Mejia misplays the ball, and Cooper Evans gets the Cardinals 1 point back with the first ace of the match for the Cardinals. 11-6 now your score on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, and it goes back to Evans to serve once again. Steps forward, sends one high and soft. Pulsifer to Jensen, sets it near side for Fredrickson, tipped short, played by Sims. She was out of reach of the ball, couldn't quite get there in time. Fredrickson shifted over to the near side and was able to pick up her first kill. 12-6, the Cardinals being doubled up by the Pirates still, as it'll be Pulsifer to serve, hits it into the net though, and Lindsay picks up a service error. The Cardinals right now have been the better servers, but Westside's had more opportunities. 12-7 as Katie Sims moves to the back line to serve. Left to right, skips her way forward and runs up to line one across. Hedworth to Jensen, bump set for the back row for Sierra Hedworth. She sends it long. Sierra on her first swinging attempt hits it too far from beyond the 10-foot line, and it's 12-8. The Cardinals back within 4. Slowly climbing back into this match as Sims sends one back row once again. Pass to the net is Jensen. She'll set it for Fredrickson. Tips one short. Topped at the net as Franson popped the ball up. Ledbetter was there to play it, but Franson gives a kill on the play to Fredrickson for her second, as she was just trying to tip it soft. 13-8, Cardinals down by 5, but slowly climbing back. They trail by as many as 7. Served by Jensen to the back row. Cooper Evans gets it to Yamauchi. Far side Ledbetter mishits the ball into the net. Completely mistimed her run. Haley picks up an error, and the big 3 for the Cardinals are 0 for 4 on hitting attempts. 14-8, 6-point edge for Westside. Allie Jensen to serve again. Line serve. Good pass by Sims. It'll go outside of the net. Yamauchi couldn't save it in time, and it goes as an ace now for Jensen, as Allie picks up the second ace for the Pirates, 15-8. Right to left, she'll prepare to serve again. 7-point edge for the Pirates, matches their biggest of the set. Allie sends one high to the back row. Cooper Evans to Reagan Yamauchi, bump set back into the middle, and Ledbetter now will miss-hit the ball again. The Cardinals all out of sorts on their side of the court, and that will see Coach Shawnee Thompson calling a timeout as the Cardinals look to try and calm themselves down. First set here being brought to you by Sanders Furniture and Appliance, where they carry Amana, Maytag, Speed Queen, and all of the major brands of appliances, as well as Lazy Boy Furniture. Get to Sanders in Soda Springs, where they can help you make your house a home. 16-8 right now for the Soda Springs Cardinals, who right now do not look like they've woken up yet and gotten into this match. It doesn't look like they realize the importance, as after the first 2 kills by Katie Franson to get them a 2-1 lead, they have not shown a lot of fire. Hopkins, Sims, Ledbetter, and Patterson combining for 6 errors with no kills. 3 of those players need to play well, or at least 2 of those 3, and Katie Sims, Ledbetter, or Patterson have to find a way to put points up onto the board for this Cardinals team if they want to be successful. They are the lifeblood of this Cardinals squad, and they need to end up coming up with some big points here to rally the Cardinals. Down by 8, 16-8, as the Pirates break out of the timeout huddle to serve. It'll be Allie Jensen to serve, and Jensen looks right to left. Steps up, pops the ball up, fires one across. Sims to Yamauchi, passes it far side for Ledbetter. She hits it into the block at the net, kept alive, and now Ledbetter spins one soft to Pulsifer. Into the net it goes. Jensen to Fredrickson, who frees one across on the scramble. Yamauchi back to Ledbetter, far side, tipped at the net, outside of the reach of Jensen, and Ledbetter picks up her first kill, and Yamauchi comes up with her second assist. Soda Springs cracks the board once again, 16-9 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, and Reagan will move to the back row to serve. Left to right, Reagan sends one high in back row. Pulsifer to Jensen, pass near side, Mejia sends one long. It'll be Evans to Yamauchi, back to the far side, and Ledbetter tips one soft. Jensen gets theirs, Mejia sets it near side, hit into the block and popped up and around as Sierra Hedworth has to free one across. Sims to Yamauchi, to Cooper Evans, who sends one over and inside the lines on the far side. Jensen gets the pass from Mejia, sets up Hedworth, who powers one into the block. Sierra's 0 for 2 on her hitting attempts, and the Cardinals back within 6 at 16-10. Reagan Yamauchi back once more to serve. Steps up, sends one high and long, back row. Pulsifer, pass to Jensen, hiding under the net, sets one up, and it'll be tipped by Sierra Hedworth, kept alive by the Cardinals. Over the back row goes Ledbetter, dug up by Pulsifer as Jensen sets up a back row attempt from Chadley Hedworth, and she flies the back line, almost sending it to the back wall, 20 feet beyond the back line. 16-11, the Cardinals on a 3-point rally here with Reagan Yamauchi to serve for a 3rd time. Steps forward and lines one over with no spin. Pass to the far side. Jensen has to scramble to get back to the ball as Fredrickson frees one across. Cooper Evans to Yamauchi. Reagan sets it up for Ledbetter. She's tipped at the net. Dug up by Pulsifer, though, as Jensen sets it near side for Sierra Hedworth. Off for the block and finds the left corner, and the Cardinals will give up the kill to Hedworth, but it's still a 6-point match once again, 17-11, as Jensen picks up her 6th assist. Grace Montez to serve, right to left, lines one over to the backside, and Ariana Barras, who checks in, puts her hands into the way of Cooper Evans, and it goes as an ace for Grace Montez as she picks up the 3rd ace for the Westside Pirates. Another serve for Grace coming up as she steps forward and lines one back row. Ledbetter to Yamauchi, bump set for the back row. Ledbetter comes up, hits it near side, outside the lines, going for the corner, but Haley picks up another error. The Cardinals only 3 kills to 7 errors so far, 19-11. Montez to serve once again. Over to the far side. Cooper Evans gets it to Yamauchi at the middle of the net, sets up Franson. She powers it down. Katie is 3 for 3, putting the Cardinals on her back as much as she can, and the Cardinals are back within 7, 19-12. Katie Franson checks out of the match after the kill attempt, but what a shot to try and get the Cardinals momentum. Goes back to Bart LeMay to serve now as Alexa steps in and from the middle of the court sends one back row. Montez to Jensen to the near side. Mari Wade comes up, tipped at the net on a late hit attempt. Barras sets it middle. Patterson comes up, and the big middle for the Cardinals hits it into the net herself. 3 errors now for Lexi Patterson. The Cardinals pick up their 8th, and it's 20-12. Overall, the Cardinals have gifted 10 points to Westside so far in this match. 20-12, Cardinals down by 8. Serve comes over. Sims digs it towards the net. Yamauchi keeps it alive, and Patterson frees one across. Jensen to the near side. It'll be Pulsifer hitting one down and through. Lindsay Pulsifer gets her 3rd kill. She's rising to the occasion as one of the seniors for this Westside team. And it's 4 points away from a first set runaway by the Westside Pirates. Up 21-12. Yamauchi sets it back row for Sims. Katie goes back line. Dug up by Montez. Pulsifer passes it middle. And Jensen sends one to the back line of the Cardinals. That's in. Pulsifer returns a favor to Allie Jensen to give her a kill. And the Cardinals are down by 10. 22-12. and Sierra Hedworth moves to the back line to serve. She'll prepare to send this one right to left, steps forward, lines one back row and way too long. Sierra picks up her second service error, and Soda Springs gets back within single digits, but they need a run and quick. It'll be Haley Ledbetter to serve as Lilia Ebenez checks into the back row for the West Side Pirates. Ledbetter to serve. Skips up, lines one off softly to the back row. Ebenez to Mejia to the near side. It'll be Pulsifer going cross court, but right to Taylor Myers. Yamauchi sets it for Sims onto the back line. Dug forward by Ebenez again as Jensen sets it near side. And Mari Wade goes back corner. Going to her left, she powered that one down, and the Cardinals not able to react quickly enough. Makes it a 10-point edge again for the Pirates, 23-13, and Mejia will serve. Yamauchi to Patterson, flat-footed, spins one back to Mejia, who sets up Jensen. Pass near side to Wade, tips one short. Yamauchi gets to it as Barra sets one to the far side. Sims goes cross-court down in front of the libero Montez. Katie Sims earns her first kill. And Soda Springs gets back within 9 again. Trading points with the Pirates, but that's not enough right now as the Pirates have gone on a long run. The Cardinals need to earn that favor themselves, and it'll go back to Kaylin Lewis to serve. Holds the ball out as the senior runs up and will line one to the back row. It'll be played in by Ebenez. Into the middle, Jensen sets up Pulsifer from the 10-foot line, dug forward by Yamauchi. She'll set up far side and tipped across by Patterson to the left side. Mejia's right there as Pulsifer set up. Off balance, hits it to the near side. And the error on Lindsay Pulsifer goes as her second, but only the 5th hitting error for Westside as they still lead by 8, 23-15. And again, Kaylin Lewis will serve, runs up and sends one just over the cords, dug towards the net. Jensen to the middle. It'll be Pulsifer off of the cords. Yamauchi to Sims, who mishits the ball to the near side. Katie Sims was off balance. She wasn't expecting the ball to come her way, and it's 24-15 now as the Cardinals continue to try and look for answers here against the Pirates. Can lose the first set, that's not a big deal, but you need to find answers here and not let this happen again. 24-15, set point as Patterson sets it to Yamauchi into the middle. Sims comes up, she's blocked at the net, stuffed by Allie Jensen. Her first block of the match, and the Cardinals go down 25-15 in that first set. We'll take a break, come back after this. Your first set was brought to you by Sanders Furniture and Appliance, where they carry Amana, Maytag, Speed Queen, and all the major brands of appliances, as well as Lazy Boy Furniture. Get to Sanders and Soda Springs, where they can help you make your house a home. Back with set number 2 on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Crop Production Services of Bancroft. Call 208-648-7891 to learn how to get the best production out of your crops. Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of October 20th through the 26th. Drop into Lalaton's and grab yourself a Boston roast at $1.69 a pound. 93% lean, 7% fat ground beef is just $2.99 a pound. Stouffer's frozen lasagnas are just $9.99 each. Western Family 32-ounce packages of pasta are just $1.69, and Ragu 16 to 24-ounce jars of pasta sauce are 99 cents. And if you have a sweet tooth, or if you're just looking to take care of the kids on Halloween, candy is on sale throughout the store. Those are some of your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
Imagine a mining company who nurtures butterflies. At Monsanto, we plant wildflower seeds on recently mined land. The flowers support a thriving butterfly population, which then feeds small birds, who are in turn hunted by eagles and hawks. By paying attention to nature's detail, Monsanto sustains a broader ecosystem. That's one reason why 6 federal and state agencies have honored us with their highest award for excellence in annual operations. Monsanto. Imagine.
Welcome back out to the home of the District 5 Championships. The Soda Springs Cardinals forgot to show up in the first set, 25-15. They fall. Only 5 kills in that first set for the Cardinals. Yamauchi only with 4 assists on the other side for the West Side Pirates. They showed up as a team and forced 10 kills. They only had 5 hitting errors. They did have 3 service errors, picked up 3 aces as well, and had 9 of their 10 kills assisted on as they really played strong volleyball in that first set. The Soda Springs Cardinals, on the other hand, really need to find a little bit of a groove. They gifted Westside with 11 points in that first match, ended up with 9 hitting errors, 1 service error, and a net violation as a team. So they need to find some way to correct those errors to come back in set number 2. The first serve of this set being brought to you by Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier, the small town pharmacy that gives you world-class service. It will be the Cardinals to open up with that serve, as it'll be Haley Ledbetter to go right to left on your video screen as the Cardinals and Pirates trade sides. Cardinals once again wearing the sleeveless uniforms in black, the maroon uniforms for the Pirates with the long sleeves on their side of the court. Just waiting for the buzzer to go off as the officials will try it out onto the court. And the down judge checks rotations to make sure everybody is in their proper place. And we'll give the go-ahead to Ledbetter to serve right to left. Waiting for the whistle from the up judge. That's all we're waiting on. First set was won by Westside, 25-15. And Ledbetter will set up a serve. Runs herself up, lines one short, played by Mejia. Jensen can't get to the ball as it's tipped too far, and Sims comes up with the free kill on the free ball. 1-0. The Cardinals start out with a good point to get themselves up there to the advantage. Ledbetter again goes to the back row to serve. Runs herself forward and sends one across. Mejia digs one towards the net, this time pass to the far side. Hedworth into the net. Sierra is 1 for 4 now, and the Soda Springs Cardinals go on a good run, 2-0. And back once again is Ledbetter to serve right to left. Stands on the baseline, kicks the foot out, and runs up to fire one across. Just across the net, dug towards the net, into the net. Jensen lifts one up, keeps it alive, and Fredrickson passes it middle. It'll be Yamauchi to Sims from the 10-foot line. Back line too strong. Katie Sims is get a kill, miss a kill, get a kill, miss a kill today. But the Cardinals do still have a 2-1 lead on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, and it goes back to Allie Jensen to serve once again. Right to left, she steps up and will line one off the cords. Dug by Patterson on a dive. Played into the middle. Mejia sets one up for Fredrickson, who tips one short. Yamauchi this time dives, and it goes as a kill for Fredrickson as it drops off the net and down. Sage Fredrickson able to play that one across. Another assist to Allie Jensen, and we're knotted up at deuces on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, 2-2. Allie Jensen to serve across. Good pass by Evans. Gets it to Yamauchi. Back set for Patterson. She hits it with the left hand and down, but dug up, and Mejia frees one across. Played by Ledbetter. Yamauchi to the near side. Punched across by Patterson, who avoids the net, and it goes to the West Side Pirates. They're going to say outside the lines. Patterson with another error, and Soda Springs goes down by a point. And it'll be back over to Allie Jensen to serve this one across as Allie lines one to the back row. Evans to Yamauchi, set to the near side as Sims stuff blocked at the net. Played up into the air and over, missed the ceiling, and is hit down by Fredrickson on the back line, and another point for the West Side Pirates. Sage Fredrickson is perfect on the night. She's got 4 kills, and it's a 4-2 lead for the West Side Pirates on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Jensen to serve once again. Steps up and lines one just over the net. Dug too far by Ledbetter. Hit down, and another kill by Fredrickson. Picking on the middle of the court for the Cardinals. She's got 5 and no errors. What a start for Sage Fredrickson. 5-2 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. And it's back over to Allie Jensen to serve once again, as the setter for the Pirates has had a good match so far as well. And she picks up her first error. It's a service error and makes the Cardinals earn a serve back. 5-3 now, as Kaylin Lewis will check in and move to the back line. Right to left, she'll prepare to serve. Holds the ball out, moves up, and runs one back row. Pass to the net. Jensen sets it middle for Sierra Hedworth. Stuff blocked at the net. Pulsifer recovers it off of the rafters. Mejia can't play it off of the rafters, and the Karam will pick up an error to the West Side Pirates. And it's a 5-4 match now. The Soda Springs Cardinals back within 1. Much scrappier here now as they have avoided giving up the point, and Kaylin Lewis will run up to serve this one across, and she sends one long off of the back line. Lewis picks up her first service error, the second one of the match for the Soda Springs Cardinals, and it moves back to Grace Montez to serve. 6-4 your score now as Montez sends one off of the antenna. A poor serve by Montez is the 5th service error for the West Side Pirates. And it's 6-5 now as Cooper Evans will move in to serve for the Soda Springs Cardinals. As Evans stands on the back corner, wipes the dirt off of her shoes, waits for the officials to clear things. as the down judge wants to ask something with the scores table right below us. And clearing things up. Cardinals with Franson, Yamauchi, Sims on the front row as Lewis and Ledbetter will play the back row with Cooper Evans looking to serve this one. Cardinals will huddle up in the middle of the court, as will the West Side Pirates. Cardinals down by 1, 6-5. In the 5th match that they played against the West Side Pirates. The Cardinals won the first one, but since then it's been all West Side in this series on the season. They won the last 3. They took a 4-setter at home. They took a 3-setter here in the MALAD Invitational, and they took a 4-setter here last Saturday in the first round of this District 5 tournament, as the Cardinals will look to try and end that losing streak to Westside. They were able to end an earlier losing streak when they took on the Westside Pirates in a match that was played at Soda Springs. Before that, the Soda Springs Cardinals had not had much success against the Westside Pirates. Part of that was because the Pirates had a lot of depth. As of right now, it's more been a strong outside hitting game for the Pirates instead of the middle hitting attack that they've had normally with the Posey sisters. Now it's been Pulsifer and Hedworth who have been leading the way, although Hedworth has not had a good match tonight. She's been picked up by Sage Fredrickson. We're in the middle of our second set, being brought to you by Bear Lake Drug, where they have everything you need to get better quick, and they carry durable medical equipment for purchase or rent. Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier asks you to call them at 208-847-1421. Soda Springs bringing a solid student section over on the far side, all dressed in black, with the majority of them wearing an always reppin' Cardinals shirt with the Cardinal logo with the Super Cardinal on the shoulder blade and the Power Fist on that, as well as the Cardinals hoping to cheer their team to a victory here in what could be the last match of fall sports. Still talking things over at the scores table, trying to figure out what is wrong here, as one of the rotations appears to be out of sorts between these two sides, and now Coach Shawnee Thompson will take this time to bring her team over to her side and discuss things with her team. Smiles on the Cardinals side, down by 1 set on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, and down by a point in set number 2. Soda Springs still playing loose, but we'll see if they tighten up once things move into a tighter match. If they can get this into a 1-to-1 match, it would be a very good thing for them. Takes a little bit of pressure off going into the third set. However, if they end up losing this second set, that third set could be a very, very pretentious one for the Soda Springs Cardinals to get into, and it's an unenviable position to be in for any team when you're down 2-0, particularly against a team that makes as few mistakes as the Lady Pirates do on their side. Still talking things over on the rotations down on the benches, as the scores table and the official on the downside, obviously with a little bit of a miscommunication, and obviously with some form of discrepancy between what the two of them are seeing, as the down judge has been talking things over with both the scores and the corner official for these two sides, and still is discussing things there. And at this point in time, this delay has gone on for about a good 5 minutes now, and neither side's been able to discuss or move anything on. And this could be an advantage to the Pirates, maybe getting the West Side Pirates out of their rhythm, and for the Soda Springs Cardinals, it could be a positive and a negative as they were starting to climb their way back in. The West Side Pep Band making some noise here as the down official talking things over with Coach Thompson on the sideline as they check the rotations there. So far, I will say I've had some disagreements with the line judges on a couple of hits, but the two officials are doing a good job. And again, I'm not sure what exactly the problem is right now, as Coach Thompson and the down official continue to talk things over. Now Coach Thompson will come over to the scores table to talk things over. Again, this delay, not something that you expect in a district tournament. But good to see them trying to make sure they get it right. Right now, it looks like the Cardinals, if things go the way that it appears, might have a rotation violation on their hands, as they might have made a substitution that was illegal and not put into the books. Now Coach Jerry O'Brien wanders over, She listens from the outside as Coach Thompson and the down official will talk things over, and it will be over to the West Side Pirates. We'll see if they get it is a rotation violation on the Cardinals. And the first rotation violation on Soda will cost them a point, as it makes it a 7-5 score now. And again, the Cardinals appear to have put in a player that was illegal making its way onto the court in the rotations. So Haley Ledbetter will check back onto the court. No, Cooper Evans will come on, and Lexi Patterson will take a seat onto the bench, as it will remain Lewis, Ledbetter, and Evans in the back row. And on the front row, Sims, Yamauchi, and Franson to serve as Sierra Hedworth of the West Side Pirates. Sims passes it too far, and Mejia gives the point right back, powering one into the net on a free ball. Couldn't get the kill, and the Soda Springs Cardinals will remain within one at 7-6. Katie Sims moves to the back row to serve and stands on the baseline of the basketball court. Runs herself up, lines one short, pass by Mejia, shank to the middle. It'll be Wade who sets one up for Pulsifer. Dug back over to the West Side Pirates side of the court. It'll be set to the middle by Jensen. Bump set long. It was going out as Yamauchi gets a chance to set up Franson. She flings one back line. Montez to Pulsifer, who hits one off of the block and outside of the lines. Lindsay Pulsifer gets her fourth kill and another Allie Jensen assist. She's got double digits in that now, and it's 8-6. And the ball goes back to Josie Mejia. Josie to step forward and lines one up and short. Cooper Evans to Reagan Yamauchi. Back sets it for Franson. Tips it short off of the block and down. Katie Franson's up to 4 kills now. She has been the lone Cardinal who's been consistent and good to go to at this point in time. And Reagan Yamauchi will prepare to have the serve as she steps into the back line. 8-7 your score on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, with a right to left serve coming up. Cardinals have given away 1 point in this set so far in a rotation violation. Hoping to recover from that as Wade goes cross court too long outside the lines. And Mari Wade picks up her first hitting error. The error starting to bite the Pirates as it is an 8-8 match now. And another serve to come from Reagan Yamauchi after the ball is tracked down on the far side. It went all the way out into the hallway, and Reagan will go back to retrieve it. Comes back to the back line. Whistle blows, and she'll step forward to serve this one across. Serve comes up, goes left to right to left as it's dug up by Jensen. Pulsifer tips one short over the Cardinals block and gets it to drop down. Lindsay Pulsifer with her 5th kill now. Another assist for Allie Jensen gives her 11. And it's 9-8. The Pirates back up by 1. But the Cardinals content with trading points right now, just waiting for their time to go on a run. Chadley Hedworth to serve, steps up, and she'll send one lining over. It'll be Ledbetter to Yamauchi. Into the middle, Cooper Evans goes cross court as Chadley Hedworth passes it to Jensen. Into the middle, Fredrickson goes back line as that will catch the back line on the near side. Sage Fredrickson 6 for 6 now on her kill attempts, and it's a 10-8 lead as the West Side Pirates again get a pair of points. Chadley moves to the back line for her second straight serve. 2-point run here by the Pirates after it was tied up at 8. Another serve across from Chadley. Ball dug towards the net. Yamauchi sets one for Sims. Back line off of Sierra Hedworth, and Katie Sims picks up another kill. Yamauchi another assist. She's got 6. Sims with 3 kills to be second on the team, and the Cardinals will sub in Alexa Bartolome to serve. 10-9 now your score, and Bartolome moves into the back line. Strides up, steps forward, and lines one across. Pulsifer off of the roof. It'll be a good recovery by Jensen, and Chadley Hedworth sends one to the back line. Looked like it might have gone out. Sims plays it anyways as Yamauchi sets one up at the net for Ledbetter. It was a poor set for Ledbetter, who picks up the hitting error. That's her 4th. She has definitely had her struggles so far, and it's back to a 2-point advantage for the West Side Pirates. Goes back to Lindsay Pulsifer to serve. Right to left, she'll send this one up and across. Ball's dug up into the middle. Yamauchi to Sims for a back row attempt over the block, and Hedworth gets this one into Mejia. Goes to Sierra Hedworth, tips one short. Yamauchi to Barris, who sets it near side for Ledbetter. Off of the block, popped up into the air inside the lines is Ledbetter. Off of the rafters and off of the flag will end up seeing that one drop down, and the Cardinals will give a point off to the West Side Pirates, but not because of a kill, more because the court played against them. Lindsay Pulsifer to serve again. Steps up, sends this one across on a line drive. Dug towards the net to Yamauchi. Set middle. Barris goes back line. It'll be Mejia towards the net. Tipped across by Jensen. Kept alive by the Cardinals for a moment, but it drops down eventually as Ledbetter and the rest of the Cardinals couldn't get to the ball in time. It's 13-9 now, and Westside gets themselves a 4-point edge. Lindsay Pulsifer once more to serve. Strides forward and sends one across. Pass dug up. Sims to Yamauchi over far side. Ledbetter goes back line. Pulsifer, poor pass, but Mejia sets it up for Jensen. Tipped at the net. That's down. And Sierra Hedworth picks up the assist from Josie Mejia, and the Cardinals give up a 6-1 run to the West Side Pirates to make it 14-9 as a timeout taken by the Cardinals. Backs against the wall, and they're watching West Side come out as definitely the more consistent team. This second set being brought to you by Bear Lake Drug, where they have everything you need to get better quick and a variety of building supplies, and carry durable medical equipment for purchase or rent. Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier, Idaho asks you to call them at 208-547-3804. Go get them, Lady Cardinals. Cardinals brought a full student section to the far side, but so far they have been kept out of it as they haven't really had a whole lot to cheer about so far in this match. For Soda Springs, you have to find a way to get Ledbetter, Patterson, and Sims woken up. Sims hasn't had a terrible match, but down for her standards. Haley Ledbetter and Lexi Patterson, though, have accounted for 8 errors between the two of them. And it'll be back over to the Pirates to serve once again. Setting it up, Lindsay Pulsifer to serve on the backside. As the whistle prepares to be blown, the officials checking things over on the rotations, and now there appears to be something on the court between Patterson and the official as they scrape it off with their shoes, get it cleaned up. And now the down official will come over, ask something to the elementary school principal, who also serves as the softball coach, and ask the question to him. Now they'll both look back up, and Pulsifer will serve once again. Serves this one up right to left. The ball sent onto the Cardinals side of the court. Patterson hits one softly over the net, played into the middle as Jensen sets it far side for Hedworth. Goes cross court and off of Taylor Myers. Hedworth again with another strong kill across the court, picks up her third, and it's 15-9. Soda Springs down by 6 to the Pirates. Lindsay Pulsifer to serve, steps up, lines one back row. Ledbetter to Reagan. Yamauchi sets it near side for Patterson, who powers it down the line. Went straight down the line, and Lexi, her first kill of the match, picked up, and a big one to get the Cardinals to double digits. Ends a run by the Pirates and makes it 15-10 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Ledbetter to serve, runs up, lines one across. Hedworth to Jensen, jousted for at the net. Jousts one over by Katie Sims, who gets her fourth block. Maybe a little bit of momentum starting to move over to the Cardinals side as it makes it 15-11, and Ledbetter will again step into the match to serve. Goes all the way back to the baseline. Waits for the whistle, gets it, and now will run up. Lines one across, middle. Hedworth digs it too far. Sims, good pass to the middle. Yamauchi sets it for Patterson from the half court circle, powers down another one. Lexi Patterson's waking up. She's got back-to-back kills. The Cardinals seem to be waking up a bit as well, climbing back to within 3, 15-12 on the service run of Haley Ledbetter. She'll prepare for her third straight serve. She's been one of their more consistent servers so far this year. Sends it across onto the Pirates side. Jensen to Fredrickson, and Sage Fredrickson picks up her 7th kill without an error. 14 assists for Allie Jensen, and it's 16-12. And Allie prepares to serve now through one full rotation for each side as she prepares to go left to right. Allie steps up, strides forward, and Patterson will pass it towards the net. Too far. Yamauchi plays it off the net, and Patterson frees it across. Good scramble as Jensen gets a chance to set it far side for Sierra Hedworth. Popped up in the air by Yamauchi. Set to the middle, and Ledbetter tips one softly. Poorly hit by Haley Ledbetter, who gets her 5th error now. And it's 17-12, on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Allie Jensen another serve. Left to right, she'll prepare to send it. Steps forward, one step and across. Cooper Evans shanks one to the far side, and Allie Jensen another ace for her second. West Side with 4 of them now. And it's a 6-point edge once again, just like that, matching the biggest lead of this set for the West Side Pirates. Jensen steps up again, strides forward, and lines one across. Ledbetter to Yamauchi, sets it near side as Sims comes up, frees one to the back line, but it's outside of the lines. Katie Sims, a good idea. Everybody on West Side got curled up waiting for the tip. She bumped it to the back row. No one was there, but the Pirates get the point anyways. 19-12, up by 7. Jensen to serve on this late run. And a ball dug up and shanked again off Cooper Evans as she and Haley Ledbetter miscommunicated on whose ball it was supposed to be, and it goes off into the bleachers on the far side, 20-12. Late runs by the West Side Pirates have been the death of the Soda Springs Cardinals so far. So they've had their wings clipped by the Pirates. Ball served over again. Short serve, Ledbetter to Yamauchi. Into the back row. Haley goes back line herself. Pulsifer to Jensen. She'll set it back row for Mejia. She mishits the ball. Sims keeps it alive, and Patterson frees one back to the middle of the court. Pulsifer to Jensen. Sets it far side for Hedworth. Stuff blocked by Patterson. Dug back to the Cardinals side. Yamauchi into the middle. Patterson, flat-footed, will send one back line as Pulsifer passes it forward. Jensen to the far side for Hedworth, who tips one short outside the lines, and somehow Reagan Yamauchi avoided catching the ball as Sierra Hedworth gets her fourth error and a block on the match for Lexi Patterson, who picks up her first. The Cardinals down by 7 earn the serve, and it will give it over to Kaylin Lewis to try and send it right to left. Runs herself forward, lines one with backspin over the net. To Jensen. Allie sets it to the middle. Sierra Hedworth blocked again. Dug to the Cardinals side. Sims. Pass to Yamauchi. Into the near side. Sims comes up off of the block and misplayed by Jensen into the Pirates bench. Katie Sims with her 5th kill to lead the Cardinals now. And a sub will come in as Lilia Ebenez will check in for Sierra Hedworth. Another block, by the way, to Lexi Patterson. She's starting to find her groove at the net as well. 20-14, the Cardinals down by 6. Kaylin Lewis to serve. Lines forward. Chadley to Jensen. Sets it middle for Lilia. Through the block. Gets it to drop down. Lilia Ebenez with her first kill, an unexpected one at that, as she has not been one of the major targets for the West Side Pirates. And Soda Springs back down by 7. It'll be Grace Montez to serve. Sends one up and across. Patterson to Yamauchi. Sets it for Sims, who will bump one up and across to the middle of the back row. Jensen again sets it middle. It'll be Mari Wade blocked at the net. Played up into the air, and Wade will send it across, but not before a lift is called on Mari Wade, who picks up her second hitting error. And 21-15, the Cardinals stay within 6. Cooper Evans to the back row to serve for Soda Springs. Right to left, she'll prepare to send it. Spins the ball, tosses it up, and lines one across to the back row. Montez towards the net. Jensen sets it middle for Mejia. Tips it soft. Yamauchi for Sims. Softly hits one across. Mitch hit the ball, and the ball will be hit too far. Now it's going to be Yamauchi on a free ball, powering it down the far side, straight down, and in front of the front row. And a timeout will be taken now by the Pirates. The Cardinals starting to find a bit of a rhythm here. Still down 21-16. And Soda Springs will look to try and continue this building that they're getting. Cardinals talking things over. Right now, things have gotten a little bit better. In this match, much closer in this second match, but Soda Springs still looking for a little bit of rhythm and momentum to try and get themselves back into it. Down by 7 now, 22-15. A point has been added onto the scoreboard, and Coach Tanya Yamauchi comes over to talk things over with the down official, and it does not look as though she is happy with the explanation she received for the extra point being added up onto the scoreboard. The point is put up, though, 22-15 West Side, up by 7. The Cardinals will have the serve. No, they're going to give another point over to the Pirates on another rotation violation. So 2 rotation violations for the Cardinals. Give another ball over to the West Side Pirates. And both of them came after discussions at the down judge. 22-15 after the timeout, as Ebenez will set to serve once again. After the rotation violation, again takes the ball away from the Cardinals. Ebenez to the back row. Sims to Yamauchi. And Ledbetter frees one across from the back line. Pulsifer to Jensen. Sets it to the near side as Mejia goes back line, but right there is Ledbetter. Gets it to Reagan. Sets it near side for Sims to the back row. It'll be Ebenez. Into the air to Jensen. Far side. Pulsifer goes back line. Too strong. And it was not tipped by the Cardinals, so Pulsifer picks up another error, and the Cardinals get the point back. But again, the rotation violation cost them. They stay down by 6, 22-16. Katie Sims to serve. She will run herself up and lines one to the back row. Montez to Ebenez. Misplayed on the serve received by Montez, and she has to free one across. Sims to Yamauchi. Far side, Franson hits one down, but dug up by Mejia. It'll be Mari Wade setting one up for Pulsifer. A soft shot dug by Sims to the near side. The set goes to Ledbetter. Tries the back row. Ebenez, good dig. Gets it to Mejia, who tips one across. Into the middle. Another dump down, that time by Mari Wade. She gets her third kill on the free ball, and it's 23-16 now. The Soda Springs Cardinals trailing by 7, and Josie Mejia moves to the back line. Left to right. Steps up. Lines one up and across to Ledbetter, who plays it to Yamauchi. To the near side, Sims. She goes cross court. Dug up by Montez. Mejia sets it far side, but short, and Pulsifer can't get it over the net. Really a poor pass by Mejia, though. Or Wade, excuse me, to get that ball set up, and the Cardinals still with the bit of life as Rake and Yamauchi goes back to serve. 23-17. Soda Springs down by 6. The Cardinals sophomore setter and server in this rotation will look to send one across. Lines one back row. Played by Pulsifer as Jensen passes it near side, and Wades flings one to the back line. Sims to Yamauchi. To the near side, Ledbetter. Blocked at the net. Cooper Evans keeps it alive. Franson passes it far side. Too strong on the pass, though, and she picks up her first error, but a tough position to be in, and it's set point as Soda Springs will take another timeout. Their second timeout, and the Cardinals will talk things over as they trail by 7, 24-17, needing something to go their way if they want to come away with this match. For the West Side Pirates, they've gotten some breaks to go their way. Cardinals did not hit well in the first set. The Cardinals have had mistakes in rotation hurt them in this set. Every time they seem to be starting to get some momentum, they've given 2 serves away to the West Side Pirates because of those service rotations. Remind you, no matter what happens, we'll be here in the post-game show. We'll bring you your setter of the game, brought to you by Stoddard Farms. Visit their website at stoddardfarms.com to find great recipes, as well as tips on how to store your potatoes and keep them fresh and sprout-free. You can also visit our Facebook page. That's Stoddard Farms in Grace, bringing you quality Idaho potatoes. To the back line will go the West Side Pirates. I believe it will be Chadley Hedworth to serve as she will check in for Mari Wade. And a substitution waiting to be put in. And now it will be put in, as the down official did not see it. Now it does, and Hedworth will check in to serve. The senior defensive specialist for the West Side Pirates, serving left to right. Sends one across, pass towards Yamauchi, set to the backside. Franson comes up, blocked at the net, but outside the lines. Katie Franson having a night to remember as a senior in her what could be her final match, especially if things keep going this way. She's had 5 kills and 1 error. Definitely has been the best player of the night for Soda Springs to this point in time. 24-18 as Bartlome will check in to serve, and she'll go right to left. The senior herself lines one across. Dug to the near side. It's an ace for Bartlome. Soda Springs keeps themselves alive. 24-19, down by 5. And right now, those 2 rotation violations looking very costly on the scoreboard. It could be 22-21. Bartlome to serve. Steps up. Line drive, back row. Dug towards the net. Jensen has to scramble to get to the ball. Sets it up. But a double hit's going to be called on Allie Jensen. Her first error. The Cardinals get to 20. 24-20. And again, those rotation violations very, very evident on the board right now. Bartlome again to serve. Steps up into the net it goes, and she serves away the set with her second service error. And Soda Springs drops set number 2, 25-20. We'll take a break, come back with more on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com as the Soda Springs Cardinals look to try and get themselves back into it, down 2-0 on your home for Cardinal Volleyball. KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by State Farm Insurance of Montpelier, Idaho. State Farm is here to help life go right. Call Scott at 208-847-0141 for personal service.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno-flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone. Food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
First two sets, not that good for the Cardinals, and now it's do or die time for Soda Springs. They cannot afford to lose another set, trailing 25-20, as Soda Springs looks to try and do what could be the impossible on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, down 2-0 as we enter our third set, brought to you by Bassett Building and Supply. And your tip to this third set, we've talked about it, they've done some good jobs at limiting Pulsifer and Hedworth. Pulsifer only with 5 kills, 3 kills for Sierra Hedworth, but the big thing they haven't done, their big three has been quiet for the most part, only 8 kills between them. Katie Franson, to her credit, has been the strongest offense for the Cardinals so far, and right now, if you're Soda Springs, feed her. Whenever she is on the front line, find her, get her the ball, and make sure that she is the one who is taking those hits at the net. She is your biggest weapon to this point in time if you want to be able to come back. And mentally, you have to get back into the game, as they have not played that strongly on the court in the mental game. We talked about those rotation violations. Those severely cost them in that second set, as it made it a 5-point match instead of a 2-point match that it would have been going into that back half. 25-20 goes the second set to the Pirates. 25-15 went the first set. It'll be Allie Jensen to serve to start things off with your Bear Lake Drug first set, or opening serve, brought to you by Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier, the small town pharmacy that gives you world-class service. And Jensen's first serve is long to the back line as Sims to Yamauchi. After kissing it off the ceiling, gets it back to Sims, and she hits it into the net for her 5th hitting error of this match. And it's 1-0 already. The West Side Pirates on top. Right to left once again. Jensen prepares to serve this one. Steps up, and she will line one to the back row. Sims to Reagan. She sets it middle for Hopkins. Cedar goes off the far side. She's 0 for 2. Did not play in that second set with Barras coming in her stead in the front row. And it makes it 2-0 once again. The Pirates on top early, already getting a bit of that momentum. And you don't want to give that up if you're the Soda Springs Cardinals. Back to Jensen once again to serve as she strides forward and lines one up and across. Pass misplayed by Sims, and 0 for 3 now are the Cardinals on the first 3 balls played to them. And Allie Jensen with 4 aces. Soda Springs needing to wake up if they want to come away with points. 3-0 they trail on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Allie to serve again. Jensen lines one to the back row. Patterson, good pass. Yamauchi in the middle, plays it up toward Patterson, who hits it into the net herself. And Soda Springs absolutely not looking good on the court. 15 errors between the big three. 18 total errors for the Soda Springs Cardinals now in less than 3 sets, only 4 points into the third. Allie Jensen, another serve. Sims misplays the pass. Patterson frees one across, and it goes as a kill for Patterson as Sierra Hedworth can't get it into the air. Sims with the assist. Patterson with her 3rd kill, and Soda Springs gets their first point. They trail 4-1 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, and Haley Ledbetter goes back to serve. She sends one up and over. Pass into the middle. Jensen plays it near side for Mejia. Backline, off of the backline, not touched by Ledbetter. No, they're going to say tipped by Ledbetter, and Mejia will get the point on the kill. Jensen with her 16th assist. 5-1. And the point will be over to the West Side Pirates. They'll say tipped on the far side. Coach Thompson gets the explanation from the officials, and it goes back to Grace Montez to serve. 5-1, Pirates up by 4. Patterson passes it near side, Yamauchi plays it back into the middle, and Cooper Evans frees one across to the back row of the Pirates. Jensen to the near side. Sierra Hedworth cross court. That's outside the lines, and the point will go to the Cardinals this time on Sierra Hedworth's third error. 5-2. Soda Springs back within 3. Third set, down 2 sets to none on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Kaylin Lewis will serve once again. She checks in. The senior into the back row. Skips up and lines one to the back line of the Pirates. Passes short and low. Jensen sets up Wade. She gets one off the block anyways. Mari Wade with her 4th kill as she gets up to a 4-point edge for the West Side Pirates. And Sierra Hedworth again to serve right to left. Will step forward and line one high and back row. Sims to Yamauchi. Misplayed as she and Patterson both went for the ball, and Sims almost does the splits on the far side, trying to get to the ball. It drops down off of her hands. Unfortunately, it's an error on her, and the Cardinals will give it back to the Pirates down by 5. Sims with the pass this time to Yamauchi. Set for Patterson. She hits one into the block. That's down. Stuffed by Mari Wade at the net. The other middle for the West Side Pirates gets her first block. It's 8-2. A 6-point advantage for the West Side Pirates. And things have gone from ominous to disastrous for the Soda Springs Cardinals entering this second set. Being brought to you by Bassett Building and Supply. Bassett Building and Supply provides a wide variety of building supplies, including lumber, paint, hardware, and much more. Give them a call today at 208-547-3804 and go get them, Lady Cardinals. The West Side Pep Band been making some noise over to our right. The Soda Springs Cardinals student section trying to make some noise in their own right as the Soda Springs cheerleaders came. Also being brought was a bus of students who stand over on the far side trying to cheer on the Cardinals in this match, which needs to have a major turnaround if the Cardinals want to come away with a win. Back out to serve, Sierra Hedworth. 5 Cardinals posted up in the back row. Sierra lines one across, and that's inside as Ledbetter and Sims both back out of the way. And Sierra Hedworth gets her 2nd ace, the 7th ace of the match now for the West Side Pirates. 9-2, Soda Springs trails on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Patterson to Yamauchi, set to the middle as Ledbetter tries to go back row. Right there is Sierra Hedworth, but they're going to say into the net went Mari Wade for her first net violation. Soda Springs gets the point. It's 9-3, and back to serve now will be Cooper Evans. Checks into the match for Patterson. Myers checks out as Franson checks onto the front row for the Cardinals in the rotation. Cooper Evans to serve. Lines one over the net, dug towards the courts. Jensen sets it to the middle for Wade, who's blocked at the net. Wade passes it into the back line, dug up by Ledbetter after a kill attempt from Hedworth. Kisses the ceiling, set up for Evans, and she hits it into the net as well for her first error. First time she's had a chance to really hit the ball other than a free ball. It's 10-3 with West Side up by 7. Mejia to serve now, sends one up. Sims to Yamauchi, dumps one across. Mejia gets it to Jensen to the near side. Pulsifer goes down line outside the lines, and Pulsifer picks up an error. She's hit 3 straight errors, and the Cardinals get back within 6. They dug themselves an early hole. Katie Sims trying to dig them out. Left to right, she'll prepare to serve. Runs forward, lines one across, played into the back line. Nobody there in the back corner as Katie Sims gets her first ace. The Cardinals have not had many problems serving, but definitely have not had much success. Only 3 aces. Only 3 service errors as well, and Katie Sims will serve once again. Runs up, pass by Pulsifer, found by Jensen, back to Pulsifer, stuffed at the net, popped back up again though, and misplayed in the middle of the court by Jensen. She gets another error. Give Franson the block at the net for the Cardinals for their 3rd as a team. It's a 4-point match once again, 10-6 in the 3rd set. Cardinals down 2 sets to none on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Sims to serve once again. Runs herself forward and lines one to the back line. Pulsifer plays it backwards. Sierra Hedworth over the net and gets the kill as unable to play it into the air is Kaylin Lewis. And now Lindsay Pulsifer picks up a rare but 2nd assist of this match. 11-6, and Chadley Hedworth checks into the match as the senior been quiet so far. Will send another serve across to the near side. Sims, pass to the middle. Yamauchi runs underneath it, bumps it up for Cooper Evans, who hits one across, but played by Pulsifer to the near side. Lindsay set up again, off the block and down in front of Kaylin Lewis as Lindsay Pulsifer picks up her 6th kill now And Soda Springs watches as the score again goes to a 6-point advantage to the Pirates. Chadley Hedworth again to serve. Right to left, she prepares to line one across. Short serve, dug by Evans. Good pass to Yamauchi. Into the back row, Sims hits one to the back line. Hedworth to Jensen. Into the middle, Fredrickson tips it soft. Yamauchi, good reaction as Franson sets it far side for Ledbetter. Goes cross court, dug too far. Haley this time hits one off of the block up into the back row. Sierra to Jensen, near side. It'll be hit cross court. Dug towards the net, too far. Tipped and jousted for, freed across by the Pirates after the joust was won by Yamauchi. Into the middle, Franson avoids Yamauchi as she hits one across, dug up by Hedworth to the back row. Sierra Hedworth hits it into the net for the error. A long rally, won over by the Soda Springs Cardinals. They get back within 5 once again at 12-7 here, down 2-0 as Cedar Hopkins will check into the front row. Onto the bench will go Kaylin Lewis. Back to Reagan Yamauchi to serve. Stands in the middle. Goes far side. Hedworth to Jensen. Into the middle. Pulsifer back line. Dug up off the ceiling. Yamauchi good run to get underneath it. And Katie Franson frees one across. Pass into the middle. Jensen for Fredrickson who hits one into the net. That's her first error of the match. Completely mistimed her leap. And it's 12-8 now. The Soda Springs Cardinals back within 4. Closest they've been since early on in this match at 5-1. Reagan to serve again. High serve to the back line. It'll be Chadley Hedworth to Jensen to the near side. Fredrickson comes up, tips it across. Yamauchi pass to Hopkins, set back row for Katie Sims who goes to the back line of the Pirates. Chadley to Sierra to the middle. It'll be Lindsay Pulsifer to try and drop it down. Yamauchi gets it to Hopkins. Again Sims. This time her back row kill gets the backwood. And Katie Sims on an assist from Cedar Hopkins picks up her 6th kill to lead the team. 12-9. The Cardinals have gone on a 3-point run. And it's the 3rd serve for Yamauchi in this run as the sophomore hits one high and short. Pass by Pulsifer. Jensen sets it up far side for Hedworth. Chadley hits one back line. Cooper Evans to Reagan Yamauchi. Far side, Pat Ledbetter tries to drop one short. It'll be Mejia. Back row, Sierra Hedworth to her sister who frees one across. Sims to Reagan. Sets it middle for Franson. Katie goes back line. Mejia towards the net. Tipped up and across by Jensen. Played up and across the net this time on a roll shot. And Jensen can't keep it in play as it goes off of her fist and out of bounds. Soda Springs back within 2. It's 12-10 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Yamauchi leading her team back. Stares across to pick out her spot. Lines one over to the far side. Chadley towards the net. Tipped across by Jensen. Played towards the net itself as Yamauchi passes it for Franson. She goes back line. Mejia to Jensen into the middle. Sierra Hedworth goes straight down the middle. Dug up by Sims. Set for Franson off the net. Dug up into the air and Mejia passes it near side for Pulsifer. Off balance. Played by Franson to Yamauchi to Franson again. Katie off the net. Rolls the net and drops down. Katie Franson 6 kills to 1 error, and Soda Springs is within 1, 12-11, and Jerry O'Brien wants to talk things over on her side of the court. The West Side Pirates had control of this set as they had led 8-2, and the Soda Springs Cardinals since then have been able to go on a 9-4 run, and a lot of that coming up on the last set of serves by Reagan Yamauchi. 4 straight serves and 5 straight points for the Cardinals in this 3rd set. This set being brought to you by Bassett Building and Supply, where they provide a wide variety of building supplies, including lumber, paint, hardware, and much more. Give them a call today at 208-547-3804. Go get them, Lady Cardinals. The Cardinals trying to do what the impossible seems to be, and that's come back on the Pirates after trailing them by 6 in the 3rd set. And after trailing the Pirates 2 sets to none, excuse me. It's a tough road to come back to for the Soda Springs Cardinals as Reagan Yamauchi prepares for another serve on the back line. The down judge once again talking things over with the scores table. This ominous news for the Cardinals as they have, every time the down judge talks things over, it has gone against the Soda Springs Cardinals. Now, though, he looks at the West Side Pirates side of the court. Although everything appears to be to his liking as he'll step out. And another point over to the Cardinals. Now a rotation violation on the Pirates will even this match up. And it's all knotted up at 12 apiece. As Fredrickson was the one out of place, she will check out. And into the match will come a new player. I do not have her name on my roster. I'll find that one for you. I believe it's Jensen, a younger Jensen, Jessica Jensen. Ball served up and across. Pass by Pulsifer to Allie is going to be too far out of her reach. And Reagan Yamauchi not only sees the Cardinals get it tied on her service run, she gives them the lead on the ace. 4 aces by the Cardinals as they lead 13-12, trying to build some momentum. It's been a 7-point run by Soda Springs. Reagan to serve again. Over to the far side, outside the lines, put side spin on it, couldn't keep it in, and an error will cost the Cardinals a point, but they still go on a run to tie it back up midway through this third set, being brought to you by Bassett Building and Supply. It's 13-all on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Lindsay Pulsifer again to serve, steps forward, lines one to the back row. Ledbetter to Yamauchi, back sets for Franson, goes cross court off of Chadley, Hedward tipped out of bounds. Katie Franson again with the kill, that's her 7th. She leads the team 14-13. The senior not saying die, and she is going to stay in the match, and she will get the chance to serve. Katie to the back line, hits one up and across. Chadley misplays it, rolls off her hands. Mejia into the middle for Fredrickson, who plays it across on a free ball. Yamauchi sets it middle. It'll be Patterson, back line, dug up by Mejia. Great play on a great pass. Fredrickson tips it short just across the net. And Sage Fredrickson gets right back into the groove of things for herself. She's got 8 kills to lead all players in the match today. 14-all, the two sides trading points after the Cardinals climb their way back into this match and into this set. It'll be Jensen to serve once again. Right to left she prepares. Steps up, lines one up and across. Sims to Reagan, sets it middle, far side, Patterson goes hard off of the back line. Jensen can't pass it into the air, and Lexi Patterson gets her 4th kill to go with her 5 aces, but she's 4 out of her last 5. 15-14, and back to serve once again Ledbetter. Runs forward, lines one up and across. Pulsifer misplays it behind her. Fredrickson back to Pulsifer, who frees one across. Yamauchi to Evans, sets one to the net. It'll be hard down by Patterson. Played well by the Pirates, though, on a scramble to get it across. Tipped at the net, and in front of Ledbetter, and coming up with the kill on the play is Lindsay Pulsifer for her 7th from the back row. All tied at 15 once again, and Grace Montez will prepare to serve once more. The libero for the Pirates sends one up and across. Played to the back line. Yamauchi to Sims, sets one into the net. That's 4 hits on the Cardinals as Sims couldn't get it high enough. Katie continues to have her struggles. 7 hitting errors to go with her 6 kills. 16-15, and Montez to serve again. High serve. Cooper Evans gets it to Yamauchi. Set to the middle. Patterson comes up, goes back line. Too strong off of the back line. Lexi can't quite find the orange and white lines on the back row. Makes it 17-15, back to a 2-point edge for the Pirates. Montez to serve. High serve to the back line. Cooper Evans to Lexi Patterson. To the near side, Hopkins will free one across. Played into the middle of the court. Jensen passes it middle for Pulsifer, who goes back line. Dug up by Ledbetter. Yamauchi sets it to the far side for Sims as Katie goes down line. Looked like she was going to go cross court and instead shifted her hand to go down the line. And the Soda Springs Cardinals back within 1 once again. 17-16 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. And your third set being brought to you by Bassett Building and Supply. Bart LeMay to serve, checks in for Cedar Hopkins onto the bench. Alexa steps forward and lines one to top spin across to the back row. Montez to Jensen, sets it towards the net. Sierra Hedworth goes cross court at a tough angle and drops down her 5th kill. As Jensen did a good job setting her up close to the net so she could hit at that angle. Tough job as that one bounced at the 10-meter line. Ball served across. Ledbetter to Yamauchi, set to the middle. Sims punches one to the back line. That's inside the lines. Katie Sims up to 8 kills now, and Soda Springs again stays within 1, 18-17, but trailing on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Franson back to the front row, checks in for Taylor Myers. Goes over to the far side. She'll join Sims and Yamauchi on the front line. Cooper Evans sends one across to the back line. Mejia to Jensen. To the near side, Pulsifer down the line on the back corner. Lindsay Pulsifer with the best struck ball she's had in this match. 19-17, back up by 2 go the Pirates. They're in a comfortable spot, but not in a great spot as the Cardinals still are threatening that ball. Serves short. Sims, good pass to Yamauchi. Sets it far side for Franson. Off of the block. Played by Hedworth to the near side. Jensen sets up for Pulsifer. Backline off of Ledbetter and off the back wall. Another kill for Lindsay Pulsifer. She's got 4 straight, and it's a 3-point edge now for the Pirates here late in set number 3. They've been able to ride late runs so far to get them this 2-0 set lead as Yamauchi sets up Sims off the block down to the right. Katie Sims another kill to give her 9. And it's up to a 2-point edge once again for the Pirates. 20-18 as the Cardinals will send Sims back to serve. Soda Springs looking to try and find their first set win of the match. Running up, Sims sends one across back row. It'll be Montez to Jensen. Far side Wade goes back line. Sims misplays the pass. A dive into the bleachers almost by Cooper Evans. Can't get to the ball in time. And that goes as a kill for Pulsifer once again. Her 10th now and 5th straight. 21-18. And a timeout taken by the Soda Springs Cardinals, down by 3 with only 4 points left to go on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. They trail 2-0 as well. This third set has been a much improved performance by the Cardinals, but so far things are not going the way that they need to be for the Cardinals in order to get them into that match with the Malad Dragons. And I was talking with Coach Sherry O'Brien. She was hoping for a sweep. She might get her wish of getting a sweep in this match because she was hoping for something quick to leave them with some energy to maybe be able to come in and upset the Malad Dragons here and get 2 straight wins from them to win the district instead of having to go and play against District 6. And right now, District 6 is preparing for their tournament, which could see, or is in the middle of their tournament, as Salmon is the #1 team in that district. They have all the edge going in their favor. And the teams behind them are Firth and Ryrie, as West Jefferson, surprisingly to me with how West J has played, has been knocked out of that tournament already by Ryrie. And Firth, the team that looks to be the one that has the edge going forward. Chandley Hedworth to serve it across out of the timeout, set to the far side. The Lady Cardinals will get 2 chances, and on a second chance on a free ball, Haley Ledbetter picks up her 2nd kill. And the Cardinals back within 2 once again, as Reagan Yamauchi, who led the first long run by the Cardinals, 7 straight points, will go to the back row once again, looking to match her number and try and serve out this match, or at least get themselves into a tie. Yamauchi to serve, sends it across. Pulsifer to Jensen, set to the middle. Pulsifer tips one short, played by Yamauchi back across the net, and Fredrickson mishits it. Yamauchi just stuck an arm out, high up into the air it went, and it was Fredrickson who mistimed her leap, and the early jump led to a late hit, and it's 21-20 as Yamauchi to serve again. Runs up, sends one across. Poor pass by Pulsifer. Jensen gets it back to her, blocked at the net by Franson. Jensen back to the near side, coming up and hitting one through the block. Pulsifer again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. She did, and the Soda Springs Cardinals go back down by 2, 22-20, clinging to life. But they need to get this service run done quick as Pulsifer looks to try and send it across. She steps up, and Lindsay, the senior, passes one off of Ledbetter, bumps set forward, and Cedar Hopkins frees one across. Mejia to Jensen, set to the near side as it's going to be Hedworth, dug up by Sims. Yamauchi, good pass to Ledbetter, who hits one cross court to Sierra Hedworth. Into the middle, Jensen again sets up Pulsifer, back line, dug into the far side as Ledbetter off of the roof will set one up for Yamauchi, who digs one back line. Pass towards the far side. Jensen goes from outside the lines to inside the lines as Fredrickson tips it off of the top of the block. It dives in front of the back row, and Soda Springs down now to their final 2 points, 23-20. And Lindsay Pulsifer again to serve. Cardinals focused with 3 in the back row. Pulsifer serves it to the back line. Ledbetter off of the light stand. It'll be back to Ledbetter from Yamauchi. Sits it soft and into the net. Soda Springs now with one final opportunity. Down 24-20, and Pulsifer to serve. Right to left she prepares. Steps up. Lines it into the net. A terrible mistake for Pulsifer. A huge break for the Cardinals. They get the serve back and in to do the serving for Soda Springs. We'll check Taylor Myers, the junior, with everything on the line to serve left to right. The season lying in her hands as the junior runs up, sends one back row, gets it in. Played by Jensen into the near side. It'll be up for Hedworth off the block, dug up by Ledbetter. Yamauchi pass back into the middle. It'll be Patterson to free one across. Into the middle, Jensen sets it for Fredrickson. She goes back line. Right there is Myers. Yamauchi pass back into the middle. This time into the net. Patterson hits it. And unfortunately for the Cardinals, their season comes to an abrupt end here against the Westside Pirates as they fall in 3 sets to Westside on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. We'll take a break, wrap things up on the other side on KBRV 8 Under the Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Your post-game show coming up next on your home for Cardinal Athletics.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Arctic Circle of Soda Springs, where you can get burgers made from premium Black Angus beef, as well as fries and onion rings with their delicious fry sauce. Be sure to top it all off with a soft serve cone piled high and dipped with their delicious chocolate topping.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
This broadcast of high school sports is being made possible by the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
Here's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials for the week of October 20th through the 26th. Drop into Lalaton's and grab yourself a Boston roast at $1.69 a pound. 93% lean, 7% fat ground beef is just $2.99 a pound. Stouffer's frozen lasagnas are just $9.99 each. Western Family 32-ounce packages of pasta are just $1.69, and Ragu 16 to 24-ounce jars of pasta sauce are 99 cents. And if you have a sweet tooth, or if you're just looking to take care of the kids on Halloween, candy is on sale throughout the store. Those are some of your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
Welcome into the post-game show as the Soda Springs Cardinals again find a disappointing end to their season in a straight set sweep by the Westside Pirates, the only sweep that either team was able to achieve on the season. But in the fifth matchup, Westside comes away with their fourth win of the Soda Springs over the Soda Springs Cardinals on the season that came when it mattered most, as they earned themselves an opportunity to take on the MALAD Dragons. That match coming up next, as you can see the MALAD Dragons on the court warming up as the Westside Pirates give themselves a chance to get a little bit of a breather in this opportunity. Looking into the post-game wrap-up, we had a chance to look at the numbers for this one. For the Soda Springs Cardinals, Katie Sims led the way with 9 kills, 7 errors, though, for her, as she had a very so-so afternoon. 7 kills for Katie Franson. If I had to give a player of the game, which I will, she earns my player of the game for the Soda Springs Cardinals. 7 kills, only 1 error, add a couple of blocks to that, and a couple of good serves as well. She really stepped up here in what is her final match on the volleyball court for the Soda Springs Cardinals, and really played extremely well in that category. Other numbers for the Cardinals: Reagan Yamauchi with 1 kill for Soda Springs, Lexi Patterson 4 kills, Haley Ledbetter with 2 kills, the two of them with 13 errors as well. The Cardinals as a team, 24 kills and 24 errors, as they really struggled to try and find a consistency in hitting the ball across the net. Their assist game was down as well. Yamauchi only 15 assists, 17 assists as a team. They had 4 aces and 4 service errors. And I will say this in closing, the Soda Springs Cardinals this year very improved, and 2 of those points on the errors, despite the fact they had a lot of them in this match, very improved on the hitting errors and very improved on the service errors. Last year, having double-digit service errors was a routine commonality for the Soda Springs Cardinals here. This year, they closed out all 4 of the tournament matches that they played in. They had less than double-digit service errors in, so very, very much improved on the service game for the Cardinals, and I'll tip my caps there. The other thing they improved on is blocking. They had 4 blocks in tonight's match. They could have used a couple more, but those 4 blocks really helped them out. On the other side for the West Side Pirates, 11 kills for Lindsay Pulsifer, 6 straight to close it out without an error, 9 kills for Sage Fredrickson, 5 kills for Sierra Hedworth, as their big 3 really ended up coming up with a big match as well. 33 total kills for the Pirates, 21 errors for Westside. They had 25 assists from Allie Jensen, 29 total assists as a team, 7 aces, 6 errors on the serve, and only 2 blocks in the match. Both sides had at least 1 rotation violation. Mentally, that's a killer for you, but the Westside Pirates end up riding it to a 3-set sweep of the Cardinals as they end up getting themselves 1 step closer to the state tournament. They have a date with Malad next, and they have an opportunity to try and take them down and get themselves in, or a play-in match against District 6. As far as your stars of the game, your blocker of the game brought to you by Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier, where they carry all of your prescription needs. That has to be Katie Franson again. I have to give her all the credit in the world. She really improved throughout the season and had a fantastic match here today as she ends up with 2 blocks. She's our blocker of the game, brought to you by Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier. Visit their gift shop while you're down there and get the perfect surprise for that special someone. Bear Lake Drug, the small town pharmacy that gives you world-class service. Our setter of the game has to go to the West Side Pirates. Allie Jensen did have several errors, but 25 assists to go along with that. That's brought to you by Stoddard Farms. Visit their website at stoddardfarms.com and find great recipes for potatoes, as well as tips on how to store your potatoes and keep them fresh and sprout-free. Also visit their Facebook page. That's Stoddard Farms in Grace, bringing you quality Idaho potatoes. That wraps things up for us here. We're going to take a quick break, come back with our sports update. We'll be sitting down with the boys and girls cross-country teams as they'll be on the other side on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Kayla Burgraff joined with Riley Simmons from the Soda Springs cross-country team. And Riley, the big week is finally here. Districts, and this year for the men's cross-country team, it really is going to be a good challenge. Bear Lake and Westside have both shown to have very good teams, and almost any of the 3 teams that are up there at the top could find themselves making it in. Do you like the fact that this year there's a heavy competition going into this district meet?
Well, it's been a little different because usually it's kind of a free trip to state if we're healthy, but this year Westside's good competition and Bear Lake's pretty good too, but mostly we're worried about being Westside and getting as many kids up in front of that maroon as we can. When you think about Westside, they're a team that you haven't really been able to see a whole lot on the season as well when it comes to meets. You've seen them a couple times though, and what have you seen from them? What do they do? How good are they on the court? They are a good pack running school. Their top 5 guys run in a pretty tight pack, where we have a good pack time but not quite as good as Westside some days, so our main focus should be getting our pack tighter than Westside's, and that'll lead to a good race for us. You guys have run on the course up at Blackfoot before already this year. Is it nice to be able to have the knowledge of what the course is going to bring to you and what it's looking like that year rather than just other years? This is the first year we've ran that course, so it's been interesting, but first time we ran it was a little muddy, and so it was an interesting course. It might be a little different, but always seeing the course before is definitely an advantage and something you like to have going into a big meet like districts. When you think about the weather conditions that have been out there, you guys have been running in some iffy weather for the last 3 weeks or so. Is there any advantage that comes in that, knowing that it should be
a little bit better weather this week?
One thing is we have to run either way, so we don't really worry too much about it, but we try not to worry. But either way, we'll come out and run, and the good weather will come to our advantage, hopefully.
The men's team this year has been very sporadic in kind of the finishes that they've had. What have you been trying to do as far as being one of the leaders on the team this year and trying to keep the consistency and get the kids being more consistent out there on the courses?
I just try to keep confidence high and try to tell them that they're capable of doing whatever they imagine themselves doing. So it's always a race for those 4 guys, and it's really good to have that competition every week in and week out, and hopefully they'll be able to all pull out a good race and we'll be able to do well at districts.
We'll wrap it up with this, and that's just looking at the other kids on your team. Who are some of the ones that you've really seen a lot of growth from this year that have stepped up into some other major roles?
We have some really good freshmen on the hind end, and Boyd and Colton Fetzer, they're a really good pack of freshmen, and they'll help us out in years to come, and they're a really good combo for the end of our varsity team. And Jacob Barnes has really stepped up, and then I think as a team as a whole, we've all done really well at stepping up when we need to.
Well, you all seem pretty loose going into this, and I hope that it continues on as you guys will hopefully be taking a full team to state. Thanks so much for the time.
Yep, thanks, Caleb.
That was Riley Simmons from the Soda Springs cross country team. We're not going to leave the girls out either. The boys race is going to be a fantastic one. The girls, they're looking to try and continue their dominance as Kat McCullough joins us now to talk about the dominant season they've had and what they're looking forward to at districts and at state.
Caleb Burgraff joined here with Kat McCullough, one of the juniors on the Soda Springs girls cross country team. And Kat, the season for girls, it's really been dominant from the beginning to the end of it so far. You guys have won almost every single meet that you've gone into with the exception of Montana. What has that been like for you guys when you see the confidence and you see everybody growing, especially with the young team?
It's pretty incredible going to every race and winning it. It just gives you confidence in our district, and our hard work we can see is paying off at the meets.
You guys only have one senior on the team as well, and Alexa White. Between you and her, it's really you two as the veteran statesman, I guess the best way to put it. What has that meant for you and her in taking that role after having so many seniors on the team last year?
It's a lot different. I've had to be in positions that I've never had to be in before and be more of a leader, worry more about my team, and it's been a learning experience, but I think that both of us have done pretty good.
You guys do have a lot of strong freshmen who have picked up the pace behind you guys. What's it been like to have pressure from the underclassmen and even see the underclassmen finishing better than you in some of these meets?
I love it. I mean, it's different. I've been running first for Soda for the first 2 years, but if anyone's going to pass me, I love that it's my team, and it helps me go faster too and pushes me and makes our team fast, so it's amazing.
When you think about this team as well, the pack times have been improving. At the beginning of the year, it was a little bit spread out. Even at the Cardinal Classic, they didn't really come in one behind the other, but as the year's gone on, you've been seeing packs of 3 and 4 girls finishing together. What does that mean when it comes to unity and just being together on the course?
It feels like we run as one, so it's like nice feeling like you're running all together all the time as a team. You're not doing it on your own. You always feel like you have every single one of us there with you doing the same thing.
You guys have already run on the course that you're going to be running on this week up at Blackfoot for the district meet. Is there a comfort that comes with having run on that course before?
Definitely for me, because I like knowing where I'm going because I get lost easily. But no, I like knowing where the turns are, where the hills are, and I like knowing how I finished last, so I have something to compare it to.
On the girls' side, the district hasn't been necessarily as competitive as over on the boys' side. What do you guys do to push yourselves when you've been seeing the success that you've had this year? What do you do to keep it interesting for yourselves on the courses?
Well, Horsley's always motivating us to run against yourself, and so we don't run to beat anybody because there's not a lot of people in front of us, but we run till we don't have any more energy, I guess. Just run as hard as we can.
When you guys know that you have a target on your back like you've had this year and really for the last several years as the girls cross country team, is there any extra fire that comes from that?
It's a lot of pressure and you definitely feel it, and it gets a little scary at times, but we work hard and we just let our confidence come from working hard.
Well, the big week of the year is here. To this point in time, district's coming up. Well, hopefully you have a great meet there, and hopefully we'll be talking about you guys having another good run at state.
Hope so.
That was junior Kat McCullough joining us. Thanks again to her, as well as Riley Simmons for joining us here on the post-game show. We're going to take a look now at what's coming up next for us in our broadcast schedule, as tomorrow night we'll be doing a video cast only of the red and black scrimmage for the Soda Springs football team, as they're going to have their final performance of the season. That will be, again, video cast with the pregame show starting right around 6:30. We might do a little bit of a shortened pregame show for it, and the opening kick of the red and black scrimmage coming up after that, as we will be bringing you those seniors and juniors and sophomores and freshmen of the Soda Springs Cardinals all out there on the field. And then on Friday, we're going to be heading out to North Gem for a 4 o'clock opening kick as the North Gem Cowboys celebrate senior night as they take on Water Springs. That'll be a fun matchup there. The North Gem Cowboys, already the #1 seed, trying to go through their district and their conference undefeated if they can take down Water Springs, and trying to see their only 2 losses coming to 2 #1 teams as Dietrich and Raft River were the 2 teams that have knocked them off so far this season. That'll be at 3:30 in the morning, and then afternoon, and then a 4 o'clock opening kick for that game there. That's what our week schedule looks like right now. I want to thank you for tuning into the Cardinal postgame show. The proceeding has been a sports production and sports broadcast of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of this production can be used or rebroadcast without express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Once again, our final score, Westside defeats the Soda Springs Cardinals in 3 straight sets, 25-15, 25-20, 25-21. And the Soda Springs Cardinals season comes to an abrupt end on this Wednesday afternoon. Tonight's executive producer is Val Cook. I'd also like to thank Julie Burley and Kim Miller for their work in sales. Our office manager, Kayleen Anderson, does a fantastic job back in Evanston. And general photographer Warren Cook also floats his way around at plenty of the action going on around the area. Thanks a lot to you and our fine sponsors as well for keeping us on the air. Until our next broadcast tomorrow afternoon with the Soda Springs football team. Let's go Cardinals. Let's go Caribou County.
Another game is in the books, and we would like to thank you for tuning in and supporting Caribou County Volleyball on KBRV 800 The Bear. This broadcast has been brought to you by
Monsanto, Hunsaker Ford, Silver Star Communications, and by MyLocalRadio.com.
Be sure to visit MyLocalRadio.com for archived versions of this and other games, as well as updates and interviews with local teams throughout the school year. And don't forget to join us for our next broadcast of Caribou County Volleyball on KBRV The Bear and online with live video streaming at MyLocalRadio.com.